So I really wanted to watch. I don't know if you guys. Um, I don't know if you guys know, but recently Low Tier God was like he. Somebody made a video about him saying that he had allegations, and I think they were like grooming. What's up, PG Juno? He had allegations, and this guy dropped a 2 hour long video on Low Tier God. If you don't know who the Low Tier God the guy is, he's the he's the low tier God. Him, he's the um. You should hug yourself now. He's that guy. So
That's basically what's going on right now.
But I mean, if I was gonna, you know what I'm saying, wife somebody, I mean, you guys already know what it is. I mean, you see my streams, you know how I get out. I could say, you know how you like look back on people and you thought, you love them like that.
like he's Luther God is. He was explaining on stream one day. I remember I was watching like clips of him, walking to the barbershop one day, and he was like he can never really love anybody because that's just how his brain is wired now. Like he doesn't think he would be able to have like a family just because of how messed up he's been, So I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him because like I would never want to think that way, but at the same time, like he's probably got to where he is thinking that way, living that lifestyle out. So
Greetings, people of Earthrealm. It is I, Shang Tsung. In my previous video, I showed undeniable
Is this
proof
AI?
that the Lancaster loser known as Low Tier God, real name Dale Wilson, is a 39-year-old man-child that can't accept the truth about his age and consistently lies about it.
like he is really old. Luther God is really old, and I didn't realize that until like I saw a video of him. I think like 10 years ago. I think I was watching Turkey Tom talk about him because he started roasting Turkey Tom, which was pretty funny. But like he acts as if he's like normal age when he's like he's double my age. You would think he's like 25. No, this guy's almost 40, which is insane. And then there was this other time where he like punked this guy. He punked this guy at like a Smash tournament, I think. And Luther guy, he is tall. He's a tall dude. If I ran into him in the street, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would steer clear of him because this guy, he seems like a psychopath a little bit, just a tiny bit.
No longer a couple, his ex was well known to his fans and trolls, as she had been featured in many of his videos and live streams during the time they were together. In fact, the videos that featured her were some of the most well-known and most infamous LTG moments up to that point.
And like, is he covering her face because she's underage, or is like she just wants to have that anonymity? I'm sure like somebody knows who she is from the LTG community, but like, is he just covering it because she's not of age?
Flash on your eye. It's gonna go in your eye and it's gonna hurt.
Peachy Juno does that stuff to me. She'll do it at work, and she'll just dig in my eye. She'll do that. And I'm just sitting there like, you couldn't announce yourself first. If you see something, just hey, you got something in your eye, then go in, not just and expect me to be okay with it. I think that's an attack. I think you're trying to attack me. So.
Fine, I hope your eyesight's crying.
I tell you, I ever find out who you are at a tournament, I'm gonna beat the living dog shit out of you. I swear to God.
You're not putting hands on no one.
Tell me that again, dude.
What you gonna do?
Tell me what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm not fucking around.
You're not putting hands on no one.
Get the fuck off my stream, dude. Seriously.
Yo, that. Oh my gosh. I've never met anybody that gets me as angry as Peachy Juno. I understand where he's coming from. Like, she'll say something to egg me on. Why is her face blurred? I'm sure that's gonna come up. Like, I don't know why. But like, it's nobody that strikes a nerve like Peachy Juno does. And it's really crazy to think about the person that I'm supposed to be like this with. just knows how to press the wrong button at the worst time. She gets off on that, man. It's really crazy.
I'm not playing.
Like this is a scene. Like this has happened so many times. This happened before. She's just laughing in my face. I'm dead serious.
Play your game.
What the hell up? Don't tell me to
And then
fucking
she'll tell me to relax and whatnot. Calm down, pop up. Calm down. Oh, when she goes to pop up, that gets me tight.
Known of these moments was from August 1st, 2018, when Alyssa called LTG on the phone during a live stream. But in a typical boneheaded moment, LTG neglected to mute his microphone. As if that wasn't
That's
bad enough.
scary. Like as a streamer, like I'm afraid something is just gonna happen. Something bad is gonna happen on stream. Besides the flash in the 2024, that I will never, like it'll just happen live in front of a whole bunch of people, and I won't be able to do anything about it. I'm so paranoid about that because I make mistakes all the time. So it's bound to happen one day. I just hope it isn't that bad.
He also put the call on speakerphone, so his live stream audience ended up hearing their entire convo, which was captured and saved for posterity.
Like, listen, let me tell you this one time. Makai got me something to eat one day, and of course you have like the pinned messages, on your iMessage, you know. So I pressed it. I pressed Sirs thinking it was Makai, and I said, this burger was yummy, thank you. And Sir just texted me back like, what? Why are you talking like that? And I was cooked. I was real. I didn't know how to operate. I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, man, he really got me. Same thing. I did this to Bari, but I was texting Makai. We were all talking about 2K. We were talking about what positions we were playing. And we did this every year. Every year we would say, okay, you're running this, and then Bari would get the game day one, make his build immediately, and then he'd be like, oh, my bad, bro, I took your position when I was power forward. And I text, thinking I was texting Makai, I text Bari, I was like, yo, they really trying to make me play power forward. Like, what, bro? And then Bari, he said in the whatchamacallit, he said in the Xbox party, while Rance texted me, like, you're really a turkey. I felt so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. Like, that happens more often than it should.
The fuck is your problem?
What?
The hell is your problem?
You show me what you prioritize.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Ain't nobody prioritizing shit. It's a goddamn couple of days of EVO.
You didn't read what they said.
What, on Instagram? I did read it about the whole Valentine's Day thing and all that. Why would you block me on Instagram? You're just acting way too extra for no fucking reason.
Because Friday is our fourth year
I don't know why you would do this.
You
like
accidentally
day before.
texted Sir thinking you'd be a lot. That's only happened like twice.
You're a fucking inconsiderate ass fucking child.
And with this situation, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like, okay, so he's going to Evo, I guess, on the weekend. It's gonna take up the whole weekend. But then their 4-year anniversary is on that Friday, right? And at that point, you really have a decision to make, where it's like, okay, do I go spend this anniversary with my girlfriend, or do I go and prioritize my work and go to this gaming convention, right? And I don't blame him for going to the gaming convention, not spending the anniversary, the 4-year anniversary, but I personally wouldn't do that myself. I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like I can miss a part of the Evo, like I can miss part of the event and be like, okay, cool. Like, I guess I just won't participate. I'll still go for fun. But, you know, I feel like that comes second. You know, that's just me.
To summarize the entire call, Alyssa was distraught because LTG was going to EVO, the annual video game tournament, without her. And by going on the trip, he would also be missing their anniversary.
That's crazy. Going without her, like, I would say, even if she did want to compromise and say, like, oh, okay, I want to go too, like, he's going without her. Like, he made the conscious decision not to go with her, which is insane.
In fact, it wasn't only trolls that were talking about it. LTG's real fans were also curious, because the two were supposedly on good terms, with Alyssa even stating they were friends. so people weren't tiptoeing around it. They were eager to hear what LTG had to say about her new relationship. Well,
I'm assuming that she's being censored, because she is like not to bring attention to her. I think that's the reason why she's being censored, because I'm pretty sure she is of age. I think, but with the grooming allegations, from what I heard, this is what Demar told me. He said that he was 19 and she was 16. That's what I heard. Allegedly, that's what the allegations are.
the only woman he was proud to be seen in public with, and the only woman that he would consider marrying. Now he was referring to her as just another bitch from his past and trying to avoid discussing her entirely. He began saying things like, he doesn't believe in love anymore. Love is just a Hollywood fantasy that isn't real.
And that's crazy to think about. Like he's just butthurt at that point, and it's like, oh my gosh. I used to say, I don't even want to bring this up because this is cringe. This is cringe. I remember I used to say to the person, I'm not gonna say their name, but I remember I was talking to her. I was like, yo, I don't know if I'll be able to date another person after you. Ooh. That was a time. That was a
On
time.
bizarre rant where he claimed men shouldn't call girls their exes because they don't deserve a title, claiming that instead of ex, they should refer to them as bitch I used to fuck with.
Okay, so first,
And like it's crazy because like my friends, like I feel like my friends would agree with that, like what he just said. Personally, I wouldn't. I would just, I try to keep it cordial at least. I know what I just said was a little drawn, but like I try to keep it cordial. Like, okay, me and this person, we did used to have some sort of relationship, so I'm not gonna like bash them. I'm not gonna get into that anymore.
off, let me go ahead and break down why I don't consider any bitch my ex. So the reason why I would never consider any bitch that I used to fuck with an ex, because an ex, somebody you used to fuck with doesn't deserve a title. Period. It's just that simple. We talked about this before. If you used to fuck with somebody, if you're a woman and you used to fuck with a nigga, that's not your ex-boyfriend. That's a nigga that you used to fuck with. If you're a man and you used to fuck a woman,
that picture right here, that picture of him, whoever made that is a glazer. I'll tell you that much. You know who would probably shatter Low Tier God's pride? Brandon. He would find something. He would find something about Low Tier God, and he would destroy this man just by laughing. He would look at him, he would say his bid, and then just keep laughing about it because he's done that. He done that to me. He done that to Jabari. He did that to Dewan, and it gets under your skin so bad. He be like, bro, why your cut messed up? And it'll just like I'll dap him up. I'll go in for a dap. He look at me, then he'll look up at my hairline, and then he'll start giggling. That makes me want to strangle him.
She's been weird and evasive regarding
I guess
his
something
birthday
else
and
soon.
age, so when she made this comment, it definitely got people's attention. It didn't take long before people went online and figured out how old her boyfriend was, and one enterprising young troll named Trevor
84. What is that? 2024 minus 84. Is that 40? That's 40 years old. That is 40 years old. He's 40.
Belmont compiled all the evidence into a video that would show how old LTG should be. Despite all this, Dale would continue lying about his age, even bringing up Alyssa's comment when speaking to the political streamer Destiny in 2022, claiming it wasn't true, and effectively accusing her of lying.
Do you mind me asking how old are you? Or I don't know if you're proud of that, you don't have to say.
Well, everybody thinks I'm 40 because I had an ex-girlfriend that tried to say I was a particular age, but
And like I'm not gonna say he's a liar, right? But he does come off like he's a little 40. Like you get what I'm saying? Like he's not. He looks young. Like he looks good for his age if he's 40, but he does come off like a 40-year-old, like just an angry, bitter old man. Like some of the clips that I've seen of him, he just like he comes off older than he actually looks. And like he doesn't say like all bad things. Like I've seen some like inspirational quotes from him, surprisingly. And some of the stuff he does say out of his mouth isn't terrible, but yeah, he does look like if you told me he was 40, I would believe you.
A birthday post that mentioned how old she was, and if you took that info along with their anniversary date from the mukbang video, you could figure out how old they were when they got together. Credit to Sam Felon.
That's crazy.
Put all the evidence together and realized that based on their anniversary date, LTG would have been 29, and she would have been only 17 years old when they started their relationship. This is where the claims that LTG groomed a 17-year-old originate from, but we've only scratched the surface. Here's where things get strange. If we go back to the mukbang video, there's a part where Alyssa was very careful to state that the day that they call their anniversary wasn't their actual anniversary. It was the day they met.
And I don't want to get into controversial or murky waters. I really don't. Actually, I'm not even.
The time is coming around, and it was the day we met. It wasn't our anniversary. It was the day we met. Every time that day comes around, we kind of do something a little bit special.
Of course, she neglected to mention that he was 29, and she was only 17 years older.
But like, right? I would say if he was 19 and she was 17, I don't think there'd be as much of a problem, right? Like, there's still the technicality. Yes, he is older. He is an adult. She is still a minor, right? But 29 and 17, that is atrocious.
Oh, let's talk about this. First, just to get it out of the way, the age of consent in California is 18.
I feel like so many people, like you get so many like groomers that'll be like, "Whoa, she was of age in this state. She was of age," but then, like you go to their state, and they clearly weren't of age, you know. So like the whole relationship, like even if it was like I don't know, wishy washy. I'm not saying. Let me backtrack. Even if it was like, oh, you didn't know, like you shouldn't have been talking to somebody that was underage in the first place. You know, like somebody like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like somebody who isn't a minor. If you're talking to somebody who's 17, the age consent is like whatever in their state. Like you shouldn't even risk talking to that kind of person, just because like the mere fact you could, with the possibility that you can get in trouble. Like that's crazy, and most people really don't care. Like I know groomers don't care, which is.
And there aren't any Romeo and Juliet laws, which even if there were, they wouldn't apply because Romeo and Juliet laws only cover people a few years apart in age, not 12 years apart. But does this even matter? In the clip that I remember, Alyssa only said that she was 17 when they met.
If you have to look it up to make sure it's legal, then yeah, like that's like, and I'm sure people will like use copium to be like, okay, well, it's if we work around this, that means we can't be. No, like it shouldn't be no sort of workaround for you to be with somebody. Like if they aren't your age.
When they did get together as their anniversary. Is that really so hard or confusing?
I think the people, I know this happens to like rappers. It was like this rapper I saw on Twitter, and he waited to the day this girl was 18 to end the stream and go eat. No. This is a business. Businesses don't stop if I'm a little hungry. I'm running a business here. Ugh. Grind set, Sigma grind set. Ugh. But there was this rapper waiting until like this girl was 18 to like, you know, but I don't know. I feel like that's weird. It is really weird because like I remember people were like as soon as Baby, excuse me, when she turned 18, I think she started OnlyFans that day or whatever, and like people were like waiting on it, and I know it was a bunch of like grown men ready to subscribe to that, which is insane. Just insane to think about. You were plotting on her since she was like, I guess she was like 16 when she got on Dr. Phil. Let me think. Because I was 16 in the 11th grade. So she was 15. Because I remember that video came out in the 10th grade. 15, you were waiting those 3 years for her to turn 18. Crazy work.
Yeah, I'd be thrilled if my daughter brought a guy like that home. Anyway, I think what this really boils down to is this. Is LTG a groomer, and did he groom his ex-girlfriend? First, I hope everyone understands that grooming isn't a crime or a legal term. There's no law, religion.
And it's crazy to think about that this isn't like illegal. You know, like you have so many cases online of people just like Minecraft YouTubers just wiling, and there's no sort of repercussions for what they do. They just get basically a slap on the wrist, you know. Like Jim Bob. Jim Bob went to jail though. He went to jail, but he didn't serve that much time. He got out like a couple years, or not even a couple years, like last year I think. And it was like, and he got his sentence reduced or whatever. Jim Bob is free right now. Jim Bob is free, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, like you just like in the court of public opinion, you look terrible. You know, of course, you probably can't get a job ever again, but still, there's no. Does he post on YouTube, Jim Bob? Hold on, let's see. Let's see if he posts on YouTube. No, actually, no. We don't even have to see. He doesn't post anymore because people know he's a groomer. People know he had like a relationship with someone who was underage, which is crazy. Juan would be disappointed. Juan really liked Jim Bob before he knew the allegations.
It was the thing they did to them, not that they groomed them. Grooming is just a form of manipulation. It's how people gain the trust of someone when there's a large power imbalance and a typical relationship wouldn't be seen as acceptable.
And that happens, he said, a large power imbalance. That happens so much because, like, you get, like, YouTubers talking to, like, really, really young fans. And, of course, like, I joked and said it was, like, with the Minecraft community. But most of the Minecraft, like, fan base, most of the Minecraft people are kids. So, like of course, yo, say if Scott the Wise was, he's not a Minecraft YouTuber, but say if Scott the Wise was trying to talk to me when I was 10, right, with ill intent, like, and I didn't know, I wouldn't be able to point that out as a kid. I would just think, yo, Scott the Wise is trying to talk to me. He's my favorite YouTuber ever, which is crazy. Not to wish nothing on Scott the Wise. Love you, Scott. That's my boy.
But manipulation isn't illegal. It may be unethical and immoral, but not illegal. Usually when people discuss grooming, they're talking about an adult grooming a child to engage in an inappropriate relationship.
Yeah, and so many, like they'll offer them, like, not V-Bucks, Robux, or Mine Coins, or just something, like, they'll be super nice to them, and the kids just won't understand that there's, like, some sort of, like, there's another intention involved. You know, like, their intentions aren't to just be nice to some little kid online.
From the article, Understanding Grooming in Adult Relationships. Similar to child grooming, grooming in adult relationships are all about control and dominance. Grooming is a form of manipulation that is often extremely difficult to spot when a person doesn't know what to look for. First, the groomer will attempt to build a friendship or emotional connection with a potential partner that will appear safe and genuine.
And people throw around the word groomer a lot, and I feel like this definition is really, really, really helpful, and people should know this kind of definition because people call Dream a groomer. People called him a groomer when it obviously wasn't the truth. He was not trying to make, by this definition, he was not trying to make an emotional connection with this minor. Like, it was the other way around. He messaged the minor, and of course they were texting or whatever. But from what he was saying, he had no intentions to, you know, have any sort of relationship with this person. He was just talking back to a fan, and of course the conversations got a little, I don't want to say spicy, but they got a little, not even safe for work. I would say spicy is the better word. But yeah, and people just call him a groomer. He's a PDF, and it's clearly not the case. And I feel so bad for him, but I do have to remember he is a Minecraft YouTuber, so he is cringe. But at the same time, like, you shouldn't be throwing these words around just because he is cringe. Like, just because it's cool to hate on Dream.
Like, my first real relationship, and we kind of moved very fast, in a sense.
Yeah, we definitely did.
I think we moved in together after, what, like a year of talking? Or was it like...
That's crazy to think about. Like, people will want to move in together after only knowing them for, like, however many months. But somebody on 90 Day Fiance, she wants the guy to move in with her after they've been together for 6 months. They've been on, like, like in a long distance relationship for 6 months. That is insane. Like you really don't know the person that well for them to move in with you. You know, move into your personal space. You know, like me and PG Juno, like we live in separate homes, but I feel like we still have like we don't know all of each other's quirks. You know, like for example, I'll expose myself on stream. Sometimes I like to sleep with the TV on. I don't do it very often, but I like to do it every now and then, just to have something playing. You know, my phone it doesn't work as well, but I really like to sleep with the TV on when I have the opportunity to. But I know it's bad, like it wastes electricity. But you have to know somebody to really make that commitment because I feel like it's never gonna last if you just oh we're in that honeymoon stage. Might as well just move in together just because I feel like I really like this person. No, it's never. You should never do that.
If that was cute or something, and we'd be going somewhere, and he'd be like, "I'm not going with you if you're wearing that."
You gotta try to make her change.
And I'd be like, "Why?" And he'd just be like, "Cause it's provocative or it's this or it's that." I'm just like, dude, like, let me live. You're not my father.
I know, and I don't. People who do that, guys who do that, like, oh, you can't wear this around. I don't like that. I don't prescribe to that kind of thinking, because like I feel like I understand. I understand the thinking. If I see her like this, and I'm a man, and I think she looks great, other guys, I know for a fact, other guys are gonna be looking at her that way. Shut up. You're about to earn a timeout, dude. You're about to earn a timeout, buddy. I got something for you, Damar. I got something for you. You, sir. Hold on. That's for Damar. That's in the corner for Damar. Yeah, him reacting. That's the
In
one I want to
2021,
watch.
and wouldn't you know it, LTG himself reacted to it on stream.
For joining me. I got something crazy that I want to talk
That's
about.
Fire Force at the bottom
that
of
was
the
just
screen.
astronomically abnormal. 55-year-old Mike, what's that say? Hagelbuck marries his goddaughter days after her 18th birthday. And there's a picture with him holding her as a kid.
Do y'all remember seeing that? I remember seeing that a couple years ago, maybe. And that's crazy. That is disgusting. Disgusting. Like, where do you even develop a relationship like that? Like, and why? Why would you post it online? Like, even if it was like to a private account, you still got probably like family members, cousins on that account. And you letting them know you in love with your uncle? P.U.
And admit that you can't really investigate because once somebody is legally 18, they can do what they want to do. I mean, look at this. You look at this pic.
Like, he understands. He's a smart guy. He understands what he did is wrong. So why kind of like virtue signal and say like, oh, these people are wrong, but what I did, like completely ignoring what he did in the past. That's crazy to think about. That's. Do you guys, with all the evidence here, do you guys think he's a groomer? I'm gonna have to say. I have to say maybe. I'm more on the side of like, yeah, he knew what he did, like, and all this stuff is just kind of lining up in the event of like, okay, LTG is not a great guy, so yeah.